So I gotta talk about this week, huh? Limited time only. You guys feeling the FOMO for this banner? Feeling it? I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Alright, so guaranteed, so already you can tell based off of what happened last week with the last week's unit of Ayaka, how wonderful she was, right? Pretty much tells you all you really need to know about the value of this character as well. So, paper's getting in the way, and then so you can just tell right away that. Okay, so this other step up here is probably gonna tempt some people because like you see this 11. You're not gonna get 11 new visions, by the way. That's impossible. It's highly improbable that you'll be getting 11 new visions in the summon, and so I wouldn't be tempted by that at all. I see why they did that though. They really made this as tempting as possible, and so let's look to see what she's got here. So SLB reduces light resistance and resistance to fist, so fist and peril, light and peril, and deal morale damage. So nothing too special there, just okay. And okay, so that's whatever. We'll look at the vision card, but already the stats on it are nothing special. And EX ability unlocked, okay. Her S team regular 500 flat attack, 50% evasion, and normal attack hits 4 times, okay. Reminds me of another S teamer out there that I don't think we ever got her. Her S teamer I believe gave it 4 hits, I think. TMR is just, it's a TMR. And just the typical, at this point, I can pretty much say this is the typical, you know, normal leader skill for Clash of Rose characters. It's pretty decent that they're giving this out to a lot of characters though. That's helps out people who don't pull on every single banner, maybe only pulls on the normal characters, so you can get 500% pretty much at all times. And these are literally so pointless to even showcase. Where's the interesting stuff? So that's kind of worrying as well. If they're only showcasing that, there's probably not much going on with their kit. And she's just an attacker. She's not even a support. Wasn't her last one a support? So why couldn't this been like a support as well, kind of like a support DPS kind of thing? So already not looking too good. Guaranteed. That should be like, if you're a new player, if you see this guaranteed at the end there at that step up, that should be a huge red flag. And it has been for many years. There's been several instances where there's been guaranteed banners at the end, and the unit is never really that good. So from going forward, if you ever see guaranteed, you can just say, hey, Deus told me this is a huge red flag, the unit probably isn't very good, or, you know, they're trying to buddy you up a little bit to pull anyways, for people who don't really know that. So just keep that in mind. Rerun, I mean, is there anything to really say? It's a rerun, and they don't even tell you anything, so I don't remember this at all, but it's a rerun. So if you already did it, then there's no point in doing it, unless you missed out on something. Okay, this vision card. There it is. There's the bait. There's the bait at the end. There's absolutely 0 restrictions on this vision card at all. There's the bait. They got you. They're trying to go for the throat. They're saying, we got you now. Now you have to pull, and you know, you go like this. No, I'm not pulling. This vision card is good, but the stats are a little on the low side. But the stats are kind of bad, but you can use this on literally everybody. But you gotta resist the hand on the throat. You gotta resist. You gotta swat it away. And you say, no, there's a lot of other stuff coming that I want to pull for. There's Noctis. There's possibly Randy. There's Ramza. Orlando. Like, the list goes on of characters that you may want to be interested in pulling for. So this ain't really it. Now some of you guys may be like, hey, if you just pull, you know, just for the guarantee and you just get one, and you put her in the shard dungeon, then you'll get, you know, the vision card eventually. But it's like, no. Don't even entertain the idea of pulling. But if that's not interesting enough for you, wait for the review on Thursday as always. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Does anyone even do this anymore? I mean, like, I don't even remember the last time they even made a message like this, because it doesn't really matter anymore. New Vision Awakening shards, you can easily get a whole bunch by just using those gray tickets that are just sitting around doing nothing anyways. This was kind of a surprise. It says it has the design of like if it's from the anniversary, but I think we're done with that now. Or maybe this is part of the anniversary stuff still. Maybe it is. I don't. It's been so long now that I've already forgotten. I know that there's supposed to be some, you know, the replica lapis thing they were supposed to be getting. When is that coming out? I don't know. That's a long time. That's until November. Jeez. Okay, so guaranteed New Vision every single week, but don't expect to see anything amazing. You're probably gonna see a lot of old stuff, and maybe in one of these weeks you'll get something that actually has the new tag at the bottom when you summon. Maybe there's actually a probability of you at least getting a new character in 10 weeks. So I'll put this in here in the news because, once again, just like before, you should not pull on this unless you're a whale. And I don't think there are very many of those left, but don't pull on this banner because, as tempting as it is, you should be pulling for new characters. Or saving for a new character, not this. Because you can just put them in the shard dungeon for, it'll take a little while, I know. But they put this in here to people who don't have patience. But if you have patience, shard dungeon. It'll get done eventually, right? I just got EX3 on both of the collab units on the JP version. The Dragon Quest die units, 2 of them, they're EX3 now. So you had to wait, and you get it done. And now I just have to wait a little bit longer for Ramza and Noctis, and they'll get done eventually as well. I literally don't even remember. This is probably some random thing that JP did that Global just held off on, and now they're doing it to make it seem like it's special. This is not even a buff. It's just a change. It's not even really a buff. And then Daisy does get buffed, which is helpful for some people. Since she's season 3 though, you won't be able to use her in the tower, I believe. You can only use season 4 characters, so I was thinking like, oh, she's a story character, maybe you can, no, she's, remember, only season 4. Season 4 only. So even that, I mean, if anything else, she might be okay. She was always okay, right? She's decent as a magic or a physical thing. And so there's that. Might as well talk about it because I've always talked about the exchange shop. There's shards in here, so that already tells you a lot. That she's not premium or anything like that. Of course, because you guaranteed. And as I'll always say, all this stuff in here is just trapping you as if you're a new player and come in, you're like, wow. Because I know I'd be like, oh, look at all this equipment in here. But nope. It's all super old STMRs that are like 3-4 years old, maybe even longer. Yeah. I wouldn't even look at that stuff. And the login system actually does have some things in here. The B ticket. 30 shard meme, of course. But you also get some summon ticket, and guaranteed summon ticket, and then you get some. Okay, so it looks like they're all. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. Oh wow, you actually get 10. Okay, so you get a guaranteed newer Neo Vision at the end of all of this. That's actually more generous than it usually is. Usually it's just like 30 shard meme, maybe 100 lapis in there, maybe a ticket in there, maybe, and then that's it. But this time around, oh, there's no VIP coins, of course. Those are gone forever. But you get a guaranteed Neo Vision at the end of this. That'll be slightly newer than the red ones, at least. So, longer news video, but I had to go into every single detail so there's no caveats or anything crazy going on. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this week. There's some people who are going a little too far and saying like, Global's dying or something. Like that's, I think that's going a little too far. But like it's just like a skip week, but you gotta be like, we don't want this kind of a thing. We don't want this in our game. We want, you know, exciting stuff. We don't care about TikTok stars that no one watches. So that being said, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you as always, and hope to see you in the very next video. If you're that interested in this character, make sure to wait for the review first. Seriously. I'll see you guys. Peace.